Is it on? Hey, boys and girls. I think we're on, yes. Or hey, retro gamers. Welcome to my channel and to my stream, yes. Hey, retro gamers. I have to see if I'm audible, as always. And to my stream, yes. Hello? Hey, retro gamers. I have to see if I'm audible, as always. And to my stream, yes. Ooh. Was that on loop for you guys? That was horrible, I think. Hey, retro gamers, welcome to my channel. And today on display, the Commodore 64U. I've over there, yes. It was on loop for you guys, right? You had like I don't know what is going on with me. I'm always messing up. I just made a new scene as well in OBS, set up for the C64U specifically. I have no clue how it paints in. You do have basically just the duplicate of the chromatic stream that we did last week, right? But that one actually went alright. We're still figuring it out on the go. Eh? Good morning everyone, hi. I will interact with live chat, guys, but if you don't see chat, see if there's a little button for you that you can open chat if the YouTube doesn't display it for you when you're watching this back when it is not live. That can happen. And then you can also not have a button, like on mobile devices, and then you have no clue who I'm talking to, but I will also try to read out the comments out loud. Out loud. Hey, it is in. I've actually got two of these. Why do we have two, Jeffrey? Is one for Tim? Huh? Super's brother's Tim? No, it's for brother Nick. Tim is not getting one. Okay? Hey, Jeffrey's stream is doing funny. Stop it, Jeffrey stream. So no, just Jeffrey and Nick, not for Tim. Aww. I should look up the timelines a bit better, but you know. Tim is 1988, do I have that right, Tim? If you're watching, or are going to watch this back. He's from 1988, that's his birth year. So he's a 90s kid, basically. I mean, when he started to understand how the world works and started to saving things on the hard drive up here, we already were playing with Super Nintendos and stuff in the 90s, right? Brother Nick, he was born, actually, 4.5 years after me, and I was 1991, so he is 1985, 1986, I don't know exactly. I think 6. Quick math. He then also started to see the world, I guess, in the early 90s for the first time. Maybe really late 80s. But this was a little before the Super Nintendo. I mean, we got the Super Nintendo quite late in its lifespan, or later in its lifespan, not right on launch. So Nick remembers the days that we were playing Nintendo Entertainment System and the Commodore 64, and he loves the SID chip as well, just like I do. So when this thing came on sale, let's start working on it. Let's unbox while we blab. I think this thing was on display at the Commodore.net. Do I have that correct? I think so, the Perifractic website. Well, it's no longer Perifractic only, Jeffrey, it's a whole team. Commodore is a business. It's multiple people's. I don't know why I took out the scissors for that. Oh, good thing I brought it out. Yes, it was on display. Jeffrey didn't have the money to buy one. Because I just invested in this. the mod retro chromatic. Yeah, crazy. You really wanted to have one as well of those. Yes. So, I talked with Brother Nick, and Brother Nick is also the guy that I did music with back in the day, right? This is the best unboxing ever, Jeffrey. You guys have already seen lots and lots of unboxings, I guess. This is the best one. So smooth. I'm hoping this is the right side to open it. I can do this bit with scissors first. Get a box cutter, Jeffrey. We've advised you to get the box cutter, man. I know, I'm lazy, and I usually don't invest in tools if one is working perfectly fine for the Jeffrey. So, he's music brother, and basically we said let's use a bit of the band money. The music still selling, well, getting fees or streaming revenue from Spotify. So every year we have like a couple of hundreds sitting on the business bank account that we can divide between the three of us. There was a third guy involved, not our brother Tim. Oh, Jeffrey has not watched the movies, guys. Yes, from this. Well, technically I did a couple that just I had to see for a different interest, but I didn't try to avoid unboxing and first impressions. This is the first impression for Jeffrey. Beautiful. I don't have that Christmas backstory to tell here. I mean, you hear a lot of these guys like, then I remember it was Christmas morning and I got out of bed and there it was, the package and wrap and Commodore 64. I had that experience with my Nintendo Entertainment System later. This one, the Commodore 64, back in the day, I must have been 4 years old. This is 1985 then. Jeffrey came downstairs and there it was on the dining table, just set up already, ready to play Commodore 64. The bread bin model with an old television. I'm going to say black and white, not sure, because I started out with much black and white screens, I do remember. And there was a disk drive next to it, which was the C model. Is that the 1985 model? Let me confirm. See if I have my timeline correctly, because I already said I've been trying to look into the timeline of things. This with brother Nick, brother Tim, my own timeline. But some of it is of course guessing. So the 5041C, is that the model number that came with the C64C? I don't know if that's the model number though. I'm looking at the wiki, which is really trustworthy. There's a lot of good stuff on there. If there are mistakes, usually someone edits the mistakes out. The 5041C, the first upgrade version. Yeah, when did it came? 1541C in 1986. Okay, then Jeffrey was 5. Not 4. I think I've said on the channel a couple of times I was 4. I'm going to say the 5041C was new on the market. My dad got an old, a second-hand Commodore 64 bread bin maybe. Invested in the drive and yeah. That's how it started for me. So yeah, I was a bit later to the party. Yeah, I'm not an early 90s kid. I'm guessing a late 80s. Not an 80s kid. Early 80s kid. Late 80s kid. Second half 80s kid. Yes. Finally have that correctly. Looking at chat. See if I miss anything. No. Fine. Cool. Moving on. So. Yeah, not the Christmas vibe for the Jeffrey, no, I know that. Still, I remember, then I'm going to link it back to my Nintendo experience where it was like magic, you know, opening that thing. But it was not on Christmas, it was on Sinterklaas, the Dutch Christmas. Okay, I didn't damage the box. Do I need to talk about the packaging, guys? I do know. What I've seen, people really go into the packaging, like this retro packaging. I have a couple of these sitting there anyhow, you know. This looks exactly like how the Mega 65 is boxed. The C64, that thing, you know. They all share the same look and feel, because this is also, yeah, how the original was, I'm led to believe, which I don't have, of course. My dad threw that all away, I think, back in the day. I've never seen the original box. Yeah, fun, not feeds. Easy plug-in cartridges. Fun, not feeds? What does he mean? What do they mean? Arcade games, strategy games, educational games. Study, not scrolling. BBS, not social media. Your data, not big data. Okay. It's like comparing it to the past, comparing it to nowadays, and saying like, yeah, this is not it. This is like from the past. Like we're free from all that, I guess, something like that. Yeah, that is true, and I love that. I sometimes really miss my 80s kid years. You know, life was simpler back in the day. I need a coffee, guys. We're taking it slow today. It's an unboxing stream anyhow. So a little break for the Jeffrey. I'm also like recovering because I lost my cargo bike today, or yesterday basically. I don't have it today yet. Went to the shop for repairs. Douwe Egberts. If you're watching Douwe Egberts, sponsor the Jeffrey. I don't need money. No, just these things. Eh? Big fan. Cargo bike to the shop. Had to bring the kids to school on foot. Left the house 7:30. Came back in the house 9 a.m. That's also why I started to stream a little late today. Because of the walking on foot. And I don't know if you hear it. It is raining like shit outside. Shit really rains. Yeah. Depending on the type of substance coming out, it can rain. Yeah. I'm looking for a... I spilled a little bit of water. It's not bad. But we need to wipe that. Otherwise the mouse gets wet. Or the Commodore 64U in a bit. Because I can move this keyboard out of the way. This will be the new spot for the Commodore 64U. So always a bit of nastiness under the keyboards, right? I need to do a better job of cleaning my room here. So... let's do it like that. Anyone in, guys, on chat? Good morning. If you're watching, welcome. This box is for brother Nick. I'm going to open his box. We chose this box. I didn't know if I could have seen the serial number, but I see a serial number here now. There was like... they are numbered, right? Is the serial number the number? We'll have to see on the nameplate. There's like a plate, I think, on the Commodore 64 itself with the number. Yeah, stupid me. I should have checked if I could select my number from looking at the box. Hey, Mathieu Burgerraad, goedemorgen, jongen. Yeah, I'm Dutch. Mathieu as well. Right, Mathieu? No, he all of a sudden is like, no, I'm French, Japanese. So you're thinking, man. Last name gives it away, though, Burgerraad. All over the place. Si. Yeah. Very Dutch. Si. Si, senor. Oh, I'm getting first look. You don't. Oh. Flag. I bet many of you have seen all these things before. This is first look for me. This flag. I have to laugh about it, yeah. Oh. New smells. This was always so important to me, how it all smelled, you know? The smells of the Nintendo Entertainment System on Sinterklaas. Opening it up. It gets me back in state. Because like I said, I didn't have this Christmas experience with the Commodore 64. Or Sinterklaas experience. That was different. But also those things had a smell, of course. The floppies smelled a certain way. And this is just smelling like new, though. This is not the old kind of smell like back in the day. But it's still nice. I mean, you save it. Save it here. Oh, they give me a little bit of a wrinkly flag. Yes, content. Okay, where do we put this one? Oh, I know something. Oh, I have an idea. Mario pipe. Commodore flag. United. Oh yeah. Oh, that is fun. Oh, the flag gets ever more wrinkly in that position, but that is fine. You don't see it now. I have to rework my room anyhow, hey? Later on. That's quite a haul. Still on the fence for the C64U, the Matthew says. Well, yeah, maybe this video will convince you or not. Or you'll be like, no, that's not for the Matthew. That can happen, eh? It is a lot of money. I was also like, I want to have the beige model, not the Founders Edition, right? Because of the money. The gold thing was quite expensive. But then because I did it together with my brother, the second one is for the brother, I talked about it early in the stream. And he was like, yeah, but this is like special, you know, it's an occasion. When we're funding Commodore, because Barry was still lobbying for, you know, taking over the Commodore brand and everything. Needed money. I think he got it primarily on angel investors and not us buying the Commodore 64 Ultimate. But hey, every bit counts, right? And it's also the thought that counts. I'm depriving you guys from the site. I'm so not set up for unboxing videos. We're a gameplay channel. Yeah. So, how do we do this? Can I take this out without damaging anything? Like lifting it. Oh yeah, this is going really nice. Oh, user guide. Now, like I said, I don't have my original packaging, but I did have one of these. With the, how do you call these? Ribbon, band, back. Whatever. The spirally thing. Yeah, booklet like this, and that's what taught me basic programming. I only had that to go on, and a couple of example programs on disks that were also written in BASIC. Some were really complicated, because these example programs I just looked at listings, you know. It was like an adventure game, freaking lot of blocks. Pretty decent adventure game for its time. Written in BASIC with shitload of lookup tables, data statements, whatever. I was looking at it and it was like, whoa, blows my mind. How is this tied down? You can tell I'm a bit, careful with all the packaging I have now that I'm getting, because I don't know what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. So this, it's going kaput now anyhow. Well, it's actually fine. I did a decent job. Because maybe I want to have the booklet back in here and store it there. Although, yeah, where's the fun in that? I need to use this booklet actually, like back in the day, right? With you guys on stream. Navigate it. It's just office smells. Yeah, I'm not, of course, going to flick through the whole thing, but then you have a bit of an understanding. It's like the table of contents here. Which goes over setting up the thing. Maybe we'll have this on hand. You never know if you need it. And then talks about the file browser. And then you're already 28 pages in. With the file operations and everything. And then on page 31 it says getting started. And then it starts talking about the keyboard and loading and saving programs. I'm going to say it's probably self-explanatory for Jeffrey. I've also had the Commodore 64U cartridge to enhance my C64, my original bread bin. Advanced Basic, here we go. Input get, guessing game, typing programs. Oh yeah, that's fun. Where to set this nicely so that I don't spill coffee on it. I think it goes united with the. We're keeping in the Mario vibes, guys. This is the Super Mario Brothers box that holds my Nintendo Entertainment System games. There's a really weird way of displaying it, I know, but that's how Jeffrey stores his Nintendo Entertainment System games. So, still doing it today. I know there's more in the box. Do we first go over what is inside the box and then do the blah? Bit weird, stream without music. I guess you guys are used to something else, right? Well, we have to do it with rain today. There's rain tapping on Jeffrey's roof extension here. A new certificate. I always have the certificate of Henry's Castle. No, not Henry. Tima's Castle on display, right? With a nice frame that the wife bought. Speaking of Tima's Castle, is it an idea that we test Tima's Castle on this machine? For the stream? Let's cue that up. I want to test Tima's Castle. Now I have this plaque in my hand. Or framed certificate. So this one doesn't fit, but it needs a frame too. So the wife did this for him, or got this for me. Which is not even the perfect size, but hey, I'll take it. I'll ask the wife to do one for this one as well. This certifies that, and then they didn't put in my name. This certifies that. And here should my name. This should go. My name should go here. My handwriting is not the best, so I'll ask the wife to do that as well. Is the owner of 64 commemorative shares. I'm a shareholder. Huh. This catches me by surprise, to be honest. We're a shareholder. I own a tiny piece of Commodore. I'm getting all giggly, like a little girl. Transferable only on the discs of the corporation by herein in person or duly appointed blah 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 blah. A nice signature. I wonder whose signature that is. Can't make how to say, I can't use the Dutch expressions here. You can't make cheese out of that. You all get what I mean here, right? Yeah. United with the Nintendo. Last thing in the box is another box. A box in a box. It's exactly what I wanted to have. Eh? A bit of coffee. I'm going to guess this is cables and shit. It says so here. Commodore 64U Ultimate Accessories. And it also translates it to French. Accessoires. Thinking, what is the Dutch word? We used the same word, but then it's only if you say something expensive, then we probably use the French one, maybe accessoires. I think so. We Dutch guys would just say spulletjes. I'm not that posh, I guess. Okay, well, it's not only cables, Jeffrey, because first one that caught my eye, the cassette thingy. Reminds me of a little package I have sitting somewhere from my friend Richard Tim, the channel RetroTap. He sent me a cassette. I promised him to test it on the C64U. Not today. I even don't know where I placed my pile of packages. Oh man. Because I had a couple of things still to go through, but it was on the queue, so to say. It's not a real cassette. I think I've seen this, but this one I've seen pop on one of the videos I briefly checked. Yeah, USB thingy. It's not a cassette. How do you flick this out? It is a nice design, though. C64, the very second. Yeah, do you mean the second C64? The very second. So deep, so cryptic. Hi, Lone Tech. Moin moin. What do I have to make out of that? Morning. Is it French? Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Okay, I guess software is on this. Games perhaps as well. Maybe we also get to explore this for a tiny moment. Who knows? We'll see. The very second. Was this also part of the little music thing that Luke Hash did? Is that part of the lyrics? Something tells me I've heard it before. Can't place it right now. Don't know what they mean. Everything is all of a sudden cryptic in the stream. My brain can't compute anymore. I've been out in the rain, guys, bringing my kids to school. 1.5 hours in the rain, outside, on foot, because my cargo bike broke down yesterday. And I put it in the shop. What is this? Welcome to your digital sea oasis. Yeah, this is one of those things that I'm like frisbee. Keep it in the box. Oh, it's Germanic morning greeting. Is Germanic? As far as you recall, Wikipedia suggested occurs in northern and eastern Netherlands. Moin moin. Moin moin? I'm northern Netherlands-ish. I'm on the border of North Holland. But that one escapes me. I do think about the weather guy here in the Netherlands, but he's like from this Friesland, where they have a second language, Fries. He's doing something like Oetmoen. He's probably retired by now, but yeah. That was a thing back in the day. Oh, everyone stayed up for the weather, because then you would say Oetmoen. Yeah. It all has a new smell to it, a new kind of plastic smell, not the old days kind of smell. But that is alright, we're in a new age. This is Commodore in the new age. Oh, gold. It does look nice. I really have to say, happy that I didn't get the beige and we did indeed invest in this one. And going for that serial now. Yeah, it is the same as I had somewhere there. My serial is 5174, ending with those digits. Was that? Is that the production number or something like 10,000 or something? And mine sit in between. I would have loved to see if my brother maybe had a different one, and then if there is like 64 in there or something, you know. Simple nitpicky stuff, doesn't matter much. Hey, there it is. Also has weight to it. It feels like a Commodore 64. That's fun. Did I put some weights in there? Because nowadays it is as heavy. Yeah? Maybe the keyboard is adding to that. I can imagine they put a weight in there somewhere or something. My Mega 65 doesn't have this weight to it, and it's all FPGA, you know. And that one even has a disk drive on board. Feels very sturdy. And then you look at the plastic and be like, yeah, well, yeah. Because it is see-through, I don't know. If I let something fall on there, then it's kaput. That's also the thing with the original C64, Jeffrey. Yeah, you shouldn't drop things for your Commodore 64. Not especially on this one, eh? This is holy. Okay. Are we done with this other box? Now, after the games, I sort of forgot about it. Plastic bag with the HDMI cable. I will leave that in the Commodore 64 certified bag, because I have a cable running here through my capture card and everything. So you're not getting HDMI clearness, sharpness by Commodore cable. You get something cheap that the Jeffrey has. So the image is degraded. This is fine. And the power plug, of course. Oh, sticker sheet. Yeah, sticker sheet. Of course I have to laugh about sticker sheet. I always make jokes with sticker sheet. Not on the channel maybe perhaps, but on the Tubers Brothers channel I did a little thing called Jove in Oblivion. Sticker sheet was in one of the jokes, yes. Whoa. It's a nice collection to make your own adapter. I think it's a plug and play or a plug and yeah, whatever. It's just so that everything, this adapter will fit anywhere. That's of course the idea here. It's actually the first time I see something like this, where you build it on top of it. I must have always been buying Dutch products for the most part, when it is something that goes into the socket, I guess. And lately they don't supply the adapter anymore, so that is nice that they at least give you an adapter. Commodore 64 Founders Edition in a sort of yellowish paper. You can make it out on camera, kind of, I guess. You also shouldn't drop things on a modern Model F keyboard. Those things might break, yeah. Exactly. Oh, my contacts are giving out. D-Loan Tech. Did we talk before? I don't think so. Oh! Where does this go? Is this for my neck? Is the jewelry? Jewelry? What? It's like the gold plate thing. I think it was advertised, but I thought it was going on the machine. Yeah, it is on the machine as well. So this thing is also sitting here. And this thing is also sitting here. But there is like like a necklace thing going on here. Yeah. So is this supposed to be a backup, or is it supposed to be jewelry? Or is it both? Okay. You have the Mega 65. Oh yeah. 01299. What's that number? New for me. But yeah, Mega 65. Yeah, then you're at the right place. Yes, we're doing Mega 65 a ton. Although maybe now it will be competing, I guess. Eh? Okay, we'll leave the plastic on. This one's also still in the plastic, but yeah. Ah, doesn't go over my head. That's because you can do it like the necklace of the wife, Jeffrey. Ah, that's fiddly as fuck. Can I attach it? I don't have experience with this. I think I can do that. Okay, now I can't get it off anymore, so I'm stuck with it. Hey, bling bling. I'm not much a jewelry guy, but I had to fit it. I had to try it on, right? See, now I can't get it off anymore. I have to wear it for life. Yeah. Cool. I didn't know I was getting this. It's fun. Love it. United with Nintendo. And my shares in Commodore. Maybe I'll use this thing again to store it. That's probably the idea. It feels luxurious. Sticker sheet, we done that. Even a thingy for my hair. Luna, have you been in my box already? I don't know. Weird. Okay, back to the adapter. Let's make it work for the Jeffrey. The European plug kind. Let's see if I can do this without breaking the thing. So that's the one. That's the one we use here. How's it for you, D-Lone Tech? Just a serial number. Oh, so we're talking about the Mega 65. Possibly the last one with the back of the case gap. Where you can reach for the internal SD card. I don't know. I've actually not kept up with all the new versions that are coming up. I have an R3 batch machine from back in the day, I guess. Yeah, talking about it now. I don't actually know exactly what is going on with the R6, and there's now an R7, I think, coming up. That I did see. Because I was on the side looking for spare parts, because I broke my my joystick port. My port 2 is now only working with one stick, and that stick is also broken basically. I can't use that stick on anything else but the Mega 65. Something with the pins is like weirdly aligned, and that plug is now yeah, aligned with the socket. Oh yeah, click, done it. Oh, this is the thing that I said. Oh no. I was almost thinking this is one for my hair again, but no, it's one of these things. Hoppa! Okay. Let's remove the Mega 65 adapter. I'll move it over a bit. I have more connections to be made here. But the Mega 65 adapter is quite huge. It's blocking access to all my sockets. Okay, this goes on the side of the machine. Oh yeah. Got that out of the way. So my HDMI should be here, the one that I also use for the Mega 65. There we go. Nothing fancy about that one. We have a network thing as well going on here, just like the Mega 65. So we can attach it to the Ethernet. That is, I hope it has the same capabilities like the Mega 65. Where you can sort of transfer files over the network, and then the device will immediately pick it up and start playing it. I'm going to assume that is the case. The reason why I really like that is for software development on the machine. When I'm like working on my PC on some little assembly or something, and then being able to send it over with the press of a button and get it immediately, get the machine to immediately test it out. That is awesome. I really love that. Better than putting it in an emulator, I guess. Igor K and Matthew says, does the gold version has that bouncy keyboard? I said already at the start of the stream, I have been avoiding any first impressions and unboxings and whatever, right? So I don't know if this was common, but I did see a video indeed where they did this thing. They didn't do unboxing in that video, but they were like testing the keyboard, if it was like bouncy and wobbly. I don't know where to press, but for the Jeffrey, this feels sturdy. But I'm late to the party, right? So this ties into more knowledge I have about this issue. The Founders Edition was recalled because of that issue. So that's why I have it so late. That's why I'm late to the party. They brought them all back, inspected them, and fixed where needed, I guess. Maybe they did something else extra to support it. I don't know what they did exactly, but that was the reason why I'm late to the party. So no, I'm going to assume it's fixed. And I don't have the problem. What was Igor K saying? It was a long message. Nice, you got it. I'm waiting for mine. Should not be longer than March 28, according to the latest email from Commodore. Nice! Nice, Igor. I'm saying Igor. It's a familiar channel name. Wait a second. Is it, that's just Igor K 1973. Never mind. I know a familiar name on the channel, of course. Sometimes I'm like, is it one of the Mega 65 guys that did a game, for example, or I'm getting really confused with so many people. I'm meeting so many people, guys, which is awesome. But sometimes my mind is a bit jumbled because I'm so good with names that I don't know who is who anymore. So that's on me. But it's just a Jeffrey trait. I can't help it. Basically, can't help myself forgetting people's names and faces. And I'm actually fine with faces, but yeah, it's a digital world. Yeah, let's boot on the machine. Am I ready for it? This is all we need, right? And a stick, maybe a stick. We can also insert it after the fact. I need to work my stream setup though. Ooh. So this was my chromatic setup. This is maybe not a nice aspect ratio though. But I still have to configure it so that my frame grabber fits the screen in there. And maybe I'll make the Jeffrey slightly smaller because this feels more like a 4:3 perspective or square. Usually we have to Commodore 65 more on a 4.5, right? A 4:5 aspect. So I don't think this is going to fit really nice. We'll see. Go to the left side of my Commodore 64. Hey, that is stupid. I had a Commodore 64 for so long in my life, and it's on the right side. And then I got my Mega 65, and I was constantly confused, like, where is it? Because I put it on the left side. And now I'm wired differently because of using the Mega 65, so freaking much. Yes, nice. Okay, putting that one in. Let's boot up the machine. Ugh. That is a weird switch. I did hear the drive sound, as I remember it also from my Ultimate cartridge. Makes the sounds of the disk drive, which is nice. I don't see shit. Wait a second. Unboxing is done, so I have a screen in front of me with a notepad with on white, you know, to make it really wide, so I can do unboxing showings. Using that screen now for chat, so you guys are now in front of me. Computer power display should be set. Blame Commodore either way. They are the ones who moved the joystick ports for the C65. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's not the Mega 65 thing. It's how that model was done, and that is all fine. You know, that is all fine. But now my brain's catching on again. I missed that of doing that, but of course, shit. Let's put on the machine. I thought it's the music on a button here. I need the music on a button, so this is a future stream. Then we can do let's boot up the machine with the music going. That would be nice. More chat. going all over the place in chat as well. It's now booted up actually, but you guys don't see anything. Yeah. Computer power display. Of course, they had reasons like a floppy drive in the way. Oh yeah, there was a floppy drive here on the X65. Yes, yeah, that makes it harder to. Yeah. How was that done on the Amiga? Oh, Amiga has the floppy sitting like that. Where are the joystick ports of the Amiga? Can't remember. I have one sitting over there. I can look at it. Yeah, the disk drive is also here. In the back. Then they put them on the back side. Yeah, the joystick ports. On the back, Mithu says as well. Confirmed. Hey, let's see if we can get that screen in, guys. Because now we have probably some welcome screen and we're missing it. I don't see it myself either yet. It should go through my frame grabber. I'll set it up first in OBS and then I still have to flick over my screen there as well. One step at a time. So I'm adding my frame grabber to the list of sources. Is that a media source? No. Too many options. Window capture now. It is a display capture now. Which one is it? Maybe it is display. No. Heh. Video capture device. Ah, yeah. That makes sense. Let's call it. You guys all don't see this, I know. C64U? No, let's call it AV Media. Because that's my capture device. Okay. Jeffrey's gone. It's now fully stretched over HDMI. Let's make it big for you guys. And now you don't see the Jeffrey, I know. I mean, I can put myself on top of it, but then I block half the screen. It's also not nice. Let's do it for a bit. So no welcome screen. Depending probably how you flick this button or something. The button is weird. Fiddling with the button now. I don't dare to press it without breaking something, you know. Huh. Hey, something came up behind the Jeffrey. Let's get a proper HDMI going here for myself as well. I'll remove myself for a bit. Let's not try to forget to put myself back again once it all aligns properly. Wait a sec. Or then I automatically should be back if I crop it. Where's the Jeffrey? Bam. That's the welcome stuff. It's not the welcome stuff, it's just a menu. This is the default menu where you flick the switch twice or something. I have to look in the manual how the switch works. The switch is weird. I'm using you hear the clicky stick? I'm using the clicky stick now to navigate. How's the raster lines for you guys? Use F5 machine, reboot, reset instead of the switch. F5 machine reboot. Yes, we'll check in a sec. I don't know what you mean. Looks good, John Williams says. That is the scan lines, I guess. The picture looks good with scan lines. I follow the joystick ports are in the back. Yes, there is the... Yeah, okay, I'm caught up with chat. Thank you guys for the chat. I will sometimes ramble a bit over it, just to keep things going. But if there's questions and stuff, I will definitely answer. And if there's like something that I want to cover on stream, of course I will bring it up. Okay, never mind. User interface. No. System information. No. I want to see if I can fiddle with the video setup. Then... So, how does it output now? If you do this, what happens? It's not an instant swap. Pressing... How do we get out the stick? F1 menu, maybe. Didn't do shit for me. Let's try full HD. Or this one, maybe. How do we get it to stick? Left may go out. Yeah, oh, left. Pressing left on the stick. Yes, thank you guys. Save change to flash. Yes. Oh, I think I like this already way better. I do think the scan lines I don't like. For now. I will fiddle with settings and see if scan lines, if I can make it to work. Okay, so now I can move this screen to the side. Yes. Let's put Jeffrey on top. I'm still blocking. So I'll do my Mega 65 setup a little bit more. Where the Jeffrey's like this, sort of, right? There we go. Need a little background here, maybe. This is for future streams. We're just going on the fly here. Hey. Yeah. No. This should do it. Good. Looks better now. Much better and proper aspect. Yeah, the scan lines had me looking for my spectacles. See, I was not the only one. Don't like the scan lines, how they go out by default, but I'm going to assume we can tweak it a little. I don't know. I like now the crispy thing. We're doing Mega 65 like this anyhow. Then only the C64 for Mega 65 Core, I still have scan lines enabled, because it really lines up nice in editing for some reason, and I just like the scan lines there. Here it is a bit meh at the moment. That is alright. Commodore files. CPU speeds. How far can this thing go? Turbo boost, turbo control. Options, guys. I don't know half the shit. I'm now randomly. Okay, 64 megahertz. I like that. That was on purpose. I know. Okay, the bed line timing. I know this concept about the bed lines with the VIC chip and the CPU. Asking for cycles, and then something happens there. Yeah, too technical. Super CPU. Can we do Super CPU stuff with this thing? Of course we can. Cool. Definitely in a future video. Can you play Baldur's Gate 3 in this machine? Good question. Maybe we'll explore it someday. What I really had queued up was Timo's Castle. I really want to play Timo's Castle. I think we're technically ready to do that now. Like, flick off the machine, insert the cartridge and boot it up and see what happens. If it picks it up automatically and everything. I do want to explore this machine more. I actually wanted to do what I did now. The unboxing and a quick first look, you know, in a video. And then I wanted to spend stream exploring this machine. But plans changed, I guess, because my bikey broke down and blah blah blah. Going behind the screen here for a bit. Some coffee. To grab my Timo's Castle. I have that sitting on a weird location with my Commodore 64 stuff. Jeffy's room was a bit bigger, but I've moved the green screen to the front and now that stuff is behind it. Yeah. Oh man, what a mess. Commodore HDMI cable. United with Nintendo. Timo's Castle. Will you still use the Mega 65 for the C64? I will definitely not abandon the Mega 65 here. I still love the Mega 65. So, love to see alternative devices or something. Maybe in some videos I will test both. Maybe I can skip the C64 for Mega 65 Core and actually test it on the C64U instead. For a better experience. So the Mega 65 actually does Mega 65 stuff only. Unless there's one arcade core that I need to test. Or an Amiga core in the future, perhaps. Eh? Or go back and test VIC-20. I mean, the Mega 65 is capable of so much, so no, I will not abandon it. But for C64, pure C64 stuff, this machine comes to mind as the first thing to go to. Okay, fiddly switch, how do you work? Can I flick it down or something? I can flick it down, but nothing happened. Let's also do this one back. So what does down do? And up. It's weird that you can flick it both ways. So up sort of reset. Can I also push it in? No. No. How do we properly power this down? Hold it, maybe? This is where the manual comes in handy, right? But I have you guys in chat. Go F5 in freezer. We have F5 freezer. Just F5 is not enough, I guess. I didn't read manual, guys, so bear with me. Commodore F5, Shift F5. Go F5 in freezer. This blue screen is a rite of passage, and definitely it is. Commodore key plus restore. Ah, that's the same thing I had when I pressed the thing. Let's test it. Because this is the first thing I figured with the machine. Save change to flash. I didn't technically do anything here. Okay, with run stop we can go back with the keyboard. Like flick this thing briefly. Does the same thing, I think. Flicking the switch up, so to say. Then F5, okay. F5, it says user interface, or okay, let's do it proper. Commodore key plus restore. Is that different? It is the same thing. F5 brings us now to system information. Go F5 in freezer. That's system information. Damn, it's different. The system changed. Flash type, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, specs, stuff, Git. Oh, that's probably where the thing is, the latest versions and stuff. Maybe I need to upgrade. Eh? Okay. Says on screen that F5 is page down. Yeah, exactly. F3 goes up, F5 goes down. It's not even a page, just sort of hops over the menu items a bit faster than the cursor does. Yeah. F7 help, WSD to navigate. Oh, that is modern. Wi-Fi network wired. Oh, there's actually Wi-Fi in this thing as well. Awesome. Happy about that. I do have the cable for my Mega 65 here, but there is an issue with the cable for the Mega 65 and my Cisco device over there that provides the network for up here. And right now I have my Commodore, my PC hooked up directly to my modem. So I'm bypassing any network thingy going on here, but I still have a Wi-Fi sitting there. I can technically get that one in between. And this one always works. That is nice. Okay, try F2. It's not listed here. Shift F1 brought us to the audio mixer. Cartridge ROM settings. No, don't save to flash. Interesting. I was checking like it's the same menu. No. Run stop. So Shift F1 brings us to this shit. F1 brings it back to menu. If we press F1 again, we get this thing. Then we get power and reset. So F1 in the menu brings up another menu. Run stop. Power and reset. Reboot, power off. So this is a way to do it, I guess. Bit fiddly though. I want to actually just insert the card while the thing is on. I can probably do that. And then probably the system is fine. I'm just doing it the old school way. I also want to go to the left side now, where normally the Mega 65 cartridges go. Team's Castle is really tough to insert into the machine for some reason. It's like, I don't know if it's the cartridge design, but it does seem like a proper Commodore 64 kind of thing. Maybe the plastic is a bit thicker here, I don't know. So I can't actually like lightly press it in. It really has to be forced in a little, and I feel like my Commodore 64 actually sort of has to flex a tiny bit for the Timus cartridge to fit. That is not nice. That doesn't feel great. No. Sad. Sad panda. Did I try Timus Castle on my original bread bin? Yes. It went in fine. This goes a bit weird. Yeah. These are cartridge settings, blah blah blah. Okay, presumably the direction on the toggle could be set to have reset and power off. Didn't expect it to be confusing by default. Yeah, indeed. But good suggestion that I look into the settings and see if we can tweak that a little, because I just want to flick it on and off with that thing, yes. Should work, yeah. They had one job to do, lol. Yeah. It happened there. Weird. Well, whatever. We do get it in. Okay. Let's boot up the machine. Dun, 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 dun. Interesting sounds. The what makes the disk drive sound now also did like a tick, tick, tick kind of sound. I don't know if it was audible. It's really soft. Hardly audible over the rain. So, what I would have expected as a first-time user, or at least a C64 owner from back in the day, is that Timo Castle would come up now. It doesn't. Did I insert it correctly? I think so. I'm sure we can do it by the menu, but the Mega 65 does this better, right? It detects cartridge and automatically boots up. Probably also a setting we can change. Flicking this thing up slightly to do this. Disk file browser, commissar files. It's too much options, guys. And I'm going to say this is not it. There is no SD card in the slot. That's true. We have an internal memory flash drive where the setting is saving its settings. Okay. Maybe in the other menu. Software IEC. That's for drives and stuff. Configuration, blah 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 blah. Let's see what you guys are saying. We do not see your screen. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Let me go over it one more time. Power off. So we were here. Okay. Let's rewind. Rewind. Hey, welcome to my stream. Let's try Timo's Castle. Flick on the machine. No. Let's boot up the machine. Dum 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 dum. Hey, weird sounds from the disk drive. Did you hear that over the rain? There. God damn it! Timo's Castle doesn't come up. Why? So then I went pressing up. Went to the menu. I looked over the options. I can't figure out how to start the cartridge, and also not in the second menu. Curious. How do we do this? I do have a manual. That's what manuals are for, right? F2, F2, go F2, F2. Shift F2. No. Run stop. Shift F2. Cartridge and ROM settings. Oh yeah, we saw that earlier. Cartridge preference. Auto. Blah 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 blah. Internal or external cartridge. I think the auto didn't work. Let's do external. Exactly. Stop. Save changes. Yes. Nothing happens. Commodore restore. Let's try that one. F5. Power reset. Reboot C64. Let's try to refit Timo's Castle. Maybe I did it. Didn't use enough force yet. Again, I just like it better to do it while the system is off. Commodore restore. F1. Power reset. Not reboot. Fucking hell, why is this so fiddly? Commodore restore. F1. Power reset. Power off. Oh. Isn't the cartridge internal? No, I think with internal I'm going to assume they mean like running a cartridge image from the internal SD drive. That makes the most sense to me. I can't link up external with that. So yes. That didn't feel nice to push it through like that. But I guess Timo's Castle was technically floating in the machine. It seemed like it had found its bite. But there was a second to push it through. And like I said, it doesn't feel nice. It's like I'm breaking things here. But hey. Let's boot up the machine. Dun, 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 dun. So we had it set up for external. Should come up now, right? Fuck. Let's try auto again. I'm now 100% sure there should be a third thing to push through, right? I'm pushing the internals of the machine all the way. What's happening? I lost the signal for a bit. I'm pushing the internals of the machine all the way into the inside, and all of a sudden my whole cartridge goes in. Right? That's how fiddly this shit is. I hope not. No. Commodore key restore. So let's one more time go to F1. No. The other one. Run stop. Shift F1. Cartridge and ROM settings. External. Change it to auto for now. Why can you also set it to manual? How do we do it then? I have no clue. Maybe this is not the right setting anyhow. Cartridge. Enter manually. Cartridge. Oh, here we can type the cartridge as it is sitting on our SD card or something, I guess. What are you guys saying? It was you after all. Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. But this one is back on auto, so now we are user defaults again, right? Save the flash, yes. F1, power and reset, reboot C64. Do you use cursor, please? No! Come on. Quick start. Setting up, blah blah blah. The C64U file browser. Back to normal loading, saving progress, print calculations, combining things, beginning basic programming. No. And also don't want to use cartridge ROM files. No. We want to insert a cartridge, and we want the system to pick it up. Using Commodore 64 peripherals. I think that is more joysticks and stuff. Is also cartridges. Also cartridges. That's handled in manual on chapter 10, page 141. That's a lot of pages. Very thick booklet. Also color. There are color pictures in there. This manual looks properly done. Very nice. I get the feeling also it's thicker than how I remember the original was. More stuff to explore here. More examples. More coding examples. I'm already at page 130 plus. I said 1 now, right? It's on 2. 142. Cartridges are devices that connect to the expansion port in the back right of the computer. The back right of the computer. Check. Blah blah blah. Program data such as game program that runs the program, blah blah blah. Note, always switch the C64U completely off before connecting or disconnecting a cartridge. Hey. Did it correctly. This ensures that both the computer and the cartridge receive electrical power and signal only when the cartridge is seated properly. Yeah, that is on me the first time. This is all it says. Like, the computer should execute the cartridge. I got the power down one more time. Really press it hard inside the machine. But, man, it should do what we think it should do, right? It should just pick up the cartridge. The manual looks like the Mega 65 manual. Yeah, it does, yeah. And it is also resembles how it looked back in the day, in the 80s. What we got with our Commodore 64s. Really lovely. Love the manual. Don't like the menu shit right now, but I'm sure we can bend the machine to our hand in the future. Commodore restore. F1. No. F1. Power and reset. Power off. Okay. One more time. Wait. I'll take it out. Oh, it doesn't feel nice, guys. I'm not breaking things there, I hope. Just having a quick check if the cartridge is not dirty. I don't think so, but... You never know, right? Jeffrey's room is dusty. We do laundry behind the green screen. And Timo's Castle, the cartridge has been sitting on my desk, maybe unprotected, for some moments in time. You never know. I think it's good to use the rubbing alcohol. What is it called? The gedenaturiseerde alcohol. And rub the contacts a little, see if it is dirty. It's good practice. So we're making sure that Jeffy's cartridge is not the culprit here. There's nothing coming out from it. I take good care of my cartridges. Yes. I'll dry for a tiny bit, but sometimes I think like it also helps leaving it a tiny bit alcoholish, and then you also clean the machine from the inside. It evaporates really fast though, this stuff. Man, did I already break my cartridge port with Timo's Castle? It does still look fine. This first bit already doesn't feel nice. Yes, then I just press on. It sort of like wants to bite down in the thing. I can't get it farther than this. It doesn't do the tick anymore like it did the first time. Maybe this is a proper fit. I don't know what happened the last time when it also made a weird sound. Let's boot up the machine. I'd be worrying about bent pins in the... Oh yeah, I had this with my Atari thing, my Atari Plus. Something's happening. Something different is happening. I don't get the screen anymore. Oh dear God, did I break a pin already on first go? You're not doubting Gideon's design works, but there are mechanical issues, yeah. There's also some disconnection between reset and reboot, but it doesn't seem to detect the cartridge at all so far. Yeah, and now detected it, I think. But nothing coming up. Can go in this stuff just fine. Power and reset. I do need to figure out how to get this set up normally, because I'm getting crazy booting up the thing or powering it down through the menu. Where would we change that? Not user interface. No. Built-in drives. Printer configuration. Save to flash, reset, blah blah blah. That's just the configuration stuff. I don't know. Where to change it? Because I assume we can change the behavior of the button, right? Anything else that pops out of mind? This is a great effort for the machine, Jeff. Yeah, well, it's a true first experience, guys. So Mathieu was already early in chat. He was like, I don't know if I want to invest in this machine. Yeah, now I can understand that you probably have second thoughts as well, yeah. Blank screen is a new symptom. Perhaps the cartridge is PAL NTSC specific. It should be PAL specific. I don't know if it plays on NTSC. That's a sensible one. Hey man, you only just tuned in, but have you tried any other cartridges? No. The Igor thinks we cannot change the power switch behavior, okay. The gold is for you. Of course, you can also go for the base model. I've been on the fence on that. Looks like a great machine, I'm just joking. Oh, these little things that happen, then some people will be like, yeah, not for me. I can understand that. I personally still want to explore it all. I do hope I didn't bend the pin just now with my cartridge slot. Or maybe some cartridges don't work. Yeah, that's also possible. The Mega 65 does pick up on it though. Hey. So how the C64U doesn't do it? Eh? So, okay. F1, power. That's on me. Commodore key return. No, Commodore key restore. F1, power and reset, power off. Yes. Okay. I feel like I'm completely taking it for sensible one as well. When I insert the Timus Castle in the machine, it's sort of like I feel the plastic sort of coming apart here on the back of the machine. The Timus Castle doesn't want to fit properly. Then we had some insert problems. Now I got it inserted, but once I pressed it down the first time, it did like a tsk, like and now the second time it didn't do that anymore. It felt a bit more proper, but now we're worried about bent pins and stuff. What's happening? Yeah. On first look, all the pins seem fine. I know what I'm looking for. So we try a different cartridge. Yes, let's pick up something else. I need to go back there. Back in a sec. Wizard of War, favorite of the Jeffrey. Recently had it on the Mega 65. Mega 65 has audio problems with Wizard of War, so this is a great test. The cartridge is, yeah, Timus Castle is a thicker cartridge. I don't know if it's easy to see on camera. Maybe if I do, you see the difference, right? So it's designed for this one, but I tested this on bread bin models, right? And I tested it on my bread bin model, it went in fine. So this machine, the cartridge port is differently aligned or something, and probably they tested it with something like this. Okay, I definitely know this one is clean. So you guys saying? Jeffrey found that 1%, 99% of cartridges work. If it works with the M65, C64 core, it works for sure with C64U. Yeah, it works on the C64 core. It even works on the Mega 65. It's a default core, Timus Castle, with a caveat that you don't see the text of the levels in the bottom. I go again, guys. So I have to apply so much force to get Wizard of War in. I don't feel good about that. Especially now that we had brought up the breaking pins thing. Because for those who don't know, at an Atari, one of the original, of the first batch of Atari Plus thingies, the 2600 Plus. Broke my pins on that one. Over normal usage. Okay, it went in, but don't ask me how. Holy crap, what a effort to get the cartridge in. Not a good experience, to be honest. Let's boot up the machine. Forgot to say that. Sorry. Okay, that one works. Yeah, the size of the cartridges. Problem A, problem B. Can't get the picture going from this card. It's the 1% card. So sad. Let's see how this sounds. Because the SID emulation on this thing wasn't perfect, right? Out of the box. I know you can insert real SIDs to do the job. Or those aftermarket SIDs. I don't hear shit. You guys? You guys don't hear shit. Or do you? You just hear the Jeffrey blab. Cool. How does this work? This could be one of those audio over HDMI thingies not working correctly. Mega 65, I had this issue for the longest time as well. In later course they fixed it. Something with the HDMI spec. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Sorry. Oh, okay. Going back again. Doing this a lot. So forget that it's working. Forget that it's working. Commodore T, F1, Commodore T, restore. F1, power and reset. Reboot, C64. No! I want to do it fully properly, wait. So fiddly. Let's boot up the machine. Dun. You don't hear anything, I know, just the rain. I see something, you guys don't. Oh, my screen goes dark. This might be my frame grabber catching on, doing something. Now you guys see something I don't? There it is. Okay. Frame grabber was struggling for a bit. So, and it probably also has trouble getting the audio of the signal. No! Oh! You guys have audio now. Sounds okay. A bit loud maybe. Was already working the first time that I said it? Because I didn't see it on my mixer coming out. And now it seems to come out. After that whole... Then it's... The frame grabber had to lock on again. I don't hear shit, but... Wait a sec. Yeah. Yee. I have the audio now running over my my monitor. I feel like it's off. It's not great. But it could also be because I don't have it on speaker right now. So I lack a bit of the sound depth. How does it sound for you guys? Are you familiar with the sound of Wizard of War? This one sounds proper. The game over sounds proper. Sounds okay? Yes, perfect now. We got sound when you shared screen. Nice. Yeah, so my frame grabber has trouble with this audio stuff, I think. It had to sort of reset and re-lock on again. And then it got it. Because the first time, I definitely know for sure it wasn't working, but you guys didn't see anything. It didn't have anything to do with me sharing the screen or not sharing the screen. It was just definitely my frame grabber struggling with the HDMI signal. Hey, it seems to work. This sounds proper. I feel the effect here. The ring mod effect is off. That's my feeling. Also the shooting. I feel it doesn't sound like I would expect it to sound. It's nitpicky, I know, because it works. It works even better than the Mega 65. Mega 65, at least when simulating the old model. When simulating the old model, the Mega 65 really goes wrong. It really messes up. I'm not talking C64 for Mega 65 core. I'm talking Mega 65 in its Commodore 65 wannabe state, right? Igor's 8K review. Cheers. That's how it should sound. Oh yeah. Right now it sounds good. And there it went wrong again after an effect happened. This game is programmed in a weird way, I think. I'm led to believe. This is not right. Mega 65, same issue with the shooting. It just doesn't sound like that. Trust me. It is when it has to do effects. When something steps through the portal, when you get the going out of your little hole in the bottom right. Bottom right even, yes. No, not correct even. No. Warlock sound also very off. I know my game. This is not how it sounds. So we have to attach a proper sit in here, I guess. Something that does it good. Now it is FPGA. They can improve this over time, right? That's the beauty of FPGA. The sit is an FPGA implementation. So I'm sure if they want to spend the effort, they can fix it. They can make it better. I know for Mega 65 there is also projects on the way where they're like, having a separate branch or something going on the GitHub or whatever. Or someone writing a separate thing that you can apply as a patch for better sits. I read something about it, I just can't find it anymore. There was something in the works. I think this is also already going on for a year or two. I know the community of the Mega 65 is not the biggest that's involved in development on the machine and stuff. So I can understand that, but just saying, we know it can be done. So they can also improve this one. I'm sure. Oh. How different is the sound, Jeffrey? Yeah, it's quite obvious. That it is that there are it sometimes messes up. This is what the shooting should sound like. Pew. And then the filter also like takes a shot out of the way. At the end, you hear it go on for a little bit, like woo. When it hits the wall, you still hear it go on for a little bit. But because the filter sort of takes the sound out of it, it sounds nice or something. I don't know. And it really is weird when you shoot and the shot hits the wall, and the shot continues to go like wee. It does that at some point. Wait for it. Right now. Oh, there we go. It's broken again. So the filter doesn't want to latch on, or it's the ring mod that's being used there as well, to some effect. And it completely misses the mark of what it's supposed to do. Quite nice animations, and don't forget this is a 1983 game. This is one of the best, guys, from that era. Oh. And if you see the arcade version, you have a hard time maybe to tell them apart with the Commodore 64 counterpart. It's a really good arcade conversion. There are two on the Commodore 64 though. There's also one from 1982, I think. Both released by Commodore, funny enough, I think. I'm not 100% sure on it. I just never really investigated this 1982 version. It's horrible. And this one, amazing. Very proper, very good. Even better if the sound is perfect. But right now, yeah, we're lacking a little bit. It's playable though, don't get me wrong. Can still have fun with this one. The baseline is also now high passed, you know. Happens on the original machine as well. And it comes back with stuff like that happening. It actually maybe has a leg up over the Mega 65 on that one. It sort of flicks between being broken and being actually pretty good. Also the shooting is fine and it sounds like I remember it to sound. I think the fault is also with the game, how it is programmed, and it's just relying on little technical glitches in the analog equipment that we have, of course, in the Commodore 64, in the analog signals going through the SID chip and through the filter and everything. And now we're doing it digitized, and I have a feeling it's like playing the audio twice on two channels, and it relies on, yeah, how that is output by analog hardware to make it sound thicker or something than it actually is. And then when doing it on a digital signal with the FPGA and everything, the signal becomes too clean, too perfect, and maybe it's phasing where one channel cancels the other one. Maybe it's something else. I don't know exactly, but I think that's what's causing some of the issues here. Do they do that to make it stereo? No. The original SID, of course, didn't have stereo. I do give you that when playing this on the Mega 65, you have the option to use both SIDs in the system to output the stereo-ish sound. And then playing the cartridge on the Mega 65 in its C65 mode, enabling stereo. That's like whoa, and it sounds so good. It's awesome, and it seems to suffer less from that cancelling thing that I just said. Like the effect actually goes through better. The baseline remains intact, usually. Perhaps because one SID bugging doesn't mean the other SID is bugged or something, but it also provides this wide sound, because they both do something different. Really love that on the Mega 65. But yeah, in itself, it's just a mono thing, and they did the double channel thing, I think, just to make it more of a thicker sound. Woo. Good to play this again. Oh. I've spent some time on this game. I can play it pretty decent, I would like to say, yes. If you reach, I think, dungeon 13 it is, right? That's the pit. It's like a level without anything, without any lines, like an open area. If you beat that level, you technically beat the game. Then you have seen everything there is to see. I normally should be able to do that. Don't know if it's happening today, we're going in cold and everything, but hey. Let's see, some people added the second SID for stereo music. The C64U and Mega can emulate 6 or 8 of them. With lots of configuration. Yeah, that's true. Oh fuck. Woo. The timer ran out. I was kicked out of my little hidey hole. I need to play. Yeah, I think we can fit 2 SIDs physically in the machine even. For the stereo effect. And there is actually C64 software that uses dual SID. Where you can actually play 6 channels and stuff. in the Mega 65 obviously as well. And then indeed Mega 65, I knew it was like 6 or 8 that they wanted to go for. If this is implemented, I don't know. Is it ever used to great effect? I can't tell either. There's probably a demo or two about it. I've personally coded Mega Wizards on the Mega 65, which is a Commodore 64 game, basically coded for the Mega Commodore 64, but I had it run on the Mega 65's default core, and then enabling the second sit in the Mega 65 to do the stereo thing. And then I reprogrammed my SID a little bit. It was a 3-channel SID as well, to play back the same audio so that it becomes left and right centered, you know, because playing the bass line on the left makes it really go to the left only, but if you then have the second SID enabled, you also program it to play on the right, the bass line becomes centered and better sounding. Did that for the bass, and then for melody I had it sort of like doing a little offset, where it plays earlier on the left channel and then a bit delayed on the right channel, to give this nice, I don't know, almost reverb-like experience. And because it was dual set now, I could also play the effects on one channel without interrupting the music. It was kind of nice. This sounds horrible, guys. It's not how it's supposed to sound. That's all I can say. Just look up original videos, or I cover this game on my channels every now and then. On my old channel, on Jeffrey van der Schilde channel, the Jeffrey's Attic it's now called, the channel I'm basically retiring. I should still have like a little video out there where I put the cartridge into the Magic Voice, that early synthesizer, voice synthesizer thing, because this game supports that. And then it will play the arcade through voice samples, where it's like, I don't know, it's laughing and taunting you, the Wizard of War is. But that one has perfect sound in that video, including that little bit, the Magic Voice. It's just awesome to hear as well. I should technically link it somewhere, maybe in the description later after this video is played, or after the stream is ended. Maybe I add a bit of those informations to the description and to the comments. I'm not keeping up with chat, I'm playing. Sorry. Your son would love this game, John Williams. I'll definitely play it with him. You can play it co-op. Joystick port 1 is the yellow guy, that's the one-player game. Joystick port 2, the blue guy. And if you then press the button on the second controller, you get the 2-player going. I had that earlier in this stream as well for a tiny moment, because my joystick was in port 2. Because that's the default normally, right? Oh! the shooting is bugged out again. Hey, I'm going to reach stage 13. I'm basically going to complete the game for you guys. If I don't fuck myself up on stage 13. Oh. Do want to get him. There we go. Oh yeah! Oh, he's gone. I will play my game for a bit and then I'll go back to the comments. Deal? To the chat. Just too much in my element now. Oh, I love it. The pit. There we have it. Doesn't seem too hard, Jeffrey. No, if you know what you're doing, it's not too hard. Just track them a little. Know that they shoot at you. You need to avoid that. They're facing you. And they're coming down in this pattern. You can sort of track. Oh! Let's line it up like this. Oh yeah! Beat the game, technically. Now I can continue for score, you know. Good fun. Going cold and played really well as well on stream. I kind of like amazed at myself here. I technically did play this a ton as a kid, later years as well. With my brother, with my music brother. He also has a cartridge for his Commodore 64s, yes. Then we would make music, do a little music session, and then at the end of the night, over a beer, play this game cooperatively. See how far we can get. We had it going as well for like over Dungeon 20, whatever. Good stuff. Not something Kid Jeffrey could do though. I had trouble reaching the pit as a kid. I didn't know it was a thing. I think as a kid I never technically beat the pit before. We also had stupid tactics as a kid where we go stand in the corner like this and then keep shooting like that, hoping the guys run into you. Oh yeah! I need to go to setup and check audio mixer settings and util sit settings. Util sit settings, Igor says, somewhere a little bit up. So slightly catching up on chat now, guys. And then we can do some sit settings, right? Try to have it emulate a different model, maybe. See how that sounds. That does make a difference in the Mega 65 as well. And sure, I'm comparing it to how I know it from the bread bin in the old model, the old set. But then I've also heard the new model in emulation, which is also fine on WinFi's and stuff, you know. No problems there. Is that true? Yeah, is that true to the original? I don't know. I do wonder which model it's right now doing in the FPGA. I can't pause the game, right? If I go into the menu, oh, there's a freezer, right? So, whew. What happened? Oh, I broke my game! Restore is reset. See? Resets to title. So, I did save my high score that I had, but it still had lives left. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I did run stop restore. That's Commodore key restore to get into the freezer. Run stop. Sorry. Going to chat now. Did I do that to make the video? You need to go to... This is Igor saying, you need to go to setup and check audio mixer settings. Audio setup. Audio mixer settings. Ultisit. You can change the dBs. You can set it left and right. To pan it... yeah, okay. So then we can make it stereo as well, if both are playing. Okay, is that also what you mean? Anyhow, I don't see the model version here. We do that somewhere else, I guess. Ultra sit configuration. Interesting. It uses the new model's filter curve, but then does combined waveforms in the 6581 mode. That is the... is that for... Oh, yeah, digis. I was thinking about the digis. That's when they do waveform playback, right? Using the bug. Here we can control the volume of that even. Because in the older chips it was louder than the newer chips. In the newer chips you can hardly hear it or something because they fixed something there. That's this bit, right? I don't understand this bit. But technically, combined waveforms, that's default. Go to sit addressing. Sit addressing. Okay. But don't I need to change this maybe to my beloved 6581 sit? Like have the filter also go like the old days? Just setting it up. Never mind me. Run stop. Sit addressing, you said. Yeah, here you can set up the dual sit. Set it up in the shadow space, so to say. So, some games write to, for example, D600, and then left and right. You can work with it, I know. I'm not actually going to touch the stereo stuff now. Do you really want me to touch stereo stuff? No, I was more looking if we can have it do a different FPGA emulation by doing everything 65 whatever. Is it play behavior? No. So this one, I had the filter now. I changed the filter, basically. Speaker settings, audio mixer. There's not like an easy swap the model kind of thing. Am I missing that? Just going again back to the... Okay, your son would love his game, John. Yes. Do play it with him. Igor's 11-year-old is having a blast on C64, but then he does not have phone or console. Interesting. Yeah. My daughter is already running around the house with a phone in her hand. She can't do much with it, but it's an old phone as well. But she has Spotify on it and a couple of things she can play. And for the rest, she's on the PC downstairs playing Roblox. And she doesn't really care about Daddy's retro stuff that much anymore. She did find it interesting as a younger. She's 8 years old now. And when she was 4 or 5, she did find it interesting. Okay. Have you played Eagle Empire on the C64? For sure. Yes, I love that game. It's sort of Galaga, but it's not Galaga, right? And it's sort of this Atari thing with the birds coming from the sky. Name escapes me. An Imagix cartridge. Yeah, don't have it on my boxes here on display. I do have that somewhere. Something with Phoenix maybe? I don't know. Whatever. Is Eagle Empire also an arcade cabinet? I don't know. I just know it from the Commodore 64 and I loved it as a kid. And I would still love to play it. Future video or stream. Huh? Go to that is default. Go to set addressing. We were there. Page 6 in the manual says hold power switch down for seconds to turn off. Thank you, D-Lone Tech. Try. Holding it down for 4 seconds. Hey! Happy? What happens if I press it down now? Power's on the machine. Before I was pressing it up. Same thing, probably. Okay. Where were we? Yeah, power switch down, 4 seconds. Did that. Thank you. Good tip. Then Igor says not here. This was when we were going over the menus. SID socket disable as you do not have it. Yes. Was it disabled or was it not disabled? I mean, could that help something? We don't know. Commodore key, F1. No. Commodore key, restore. Audio setup. Socket configuration. Socket 1 and 2 disabled. Yeah. We have that. We're not detecting anything either. All makes sense. Okay. I remember you had a baby in your first videos. Which one would that be? I had both on the video at some point. I have a son who's 4 now. My daughter is 8. When I started this YouTube journey, my daughter, I started on my old channel, this YouTube journey for reals, basically, right about when my daughter was born. Crazy, come to think of it, it's 8 years ago. I already had a video somewhere where it's like 10 years of miss and fail. 10 years just seemed better. Miss and fail, no. Hit and miss, I don't know, something like that. But I've been really on the YouTube for 8 years properly, I guess. Yeah? It's been a journey. And then retiring that old channel with all these videos with my daughter on there. Kind of sad in a way. Phoenix, I think, on the Spectrum it was called. Oh, Spectrum, yeah. They also have a version of Eagle Empire. I'm going to assume that, yeah. Didn't play that one. I think it was your son. Okay, yeah, that was 4 years ago then. You were still sitting in a in one of those child buggy carrying things, I guess. Sitting over here in this setup actually. Yeah, I had him here. Sitting over here like that. All bald and everything. I was probably doing stuff with the Freeze magazine and I don't know anymore. Just reminding myself of a couple of videos I had. Still waiting on some more Skyrim, Jeffrey. Skyrim, even. I did Oblivion, of course, yeah. Skyrim could do the same thing. Man, that was good fun. And on the Two Brothers channel, Joff going in as a complete nonsense dude. Completely my element there as well, being the goofy guy. Yeah, I had fun doing those. For those who don't know, I can also leave a link hopefully later. But yeah, Two Brothers channel, and then look for Joff, the Warrior in Oblivion, something like that. There's a little playlist, 3 or 4 videos I only did. It spread to like 500 views, and then I was like, yeah, a lot of effort goes into those things. I had fun making them, but at some point I was like, is it worth my time? I was still looking for a formula that like the YouTube cares about or something. I mean, with these retro videos right now, it's also not getting spread as much, you know. But yeah, to be honest, there's less effort going into doing them. In the job videos, there's a lot of, I don't know, recording. Jokes are not scripted. Sometimes they're just pulling them out of my sleeve, so to say. But yeah, effort goes in, and the editing takes a long time in those things. And then you expect a better result from the YouTube, and it's not happening. And then I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. Basically, probably, if I didn't have a 9 to 5, you know, and I could spend all day doing retro content, for example, and YouTube and stuff like that, then I would dedicate the day to making a game for the Commodore 64 again, like I really want to get into. I just don't have the time because I have a family to run as well. And have a day where I'm like doing stuff like that, like doing an Oblivion video or something. Well, it'll probably take 2 days in a week. Like one day do recordings and one day do the editings and compile that nicely, put it on the YouTubes. Just also for myself, you know, just having so much fun with that. Right now it's not fitting the schedule, basically. Yeah. Sadly. You should do a live stream of that. That's hard. The Joff persona. Oof. I would need some practice to stay in character and be the Joff, like for hours on straight, so to say. The beauty with the Joff videos was, of course, I could sort of record it, and then I had my first test run, and I was not on camera with that one. So then when I pull it in editing, I could do voiceovers as well. That one is really done heavily with voiceovers too. And the fast editing, and yeah, that sells the jokes better. Whatever. Hey, we're going off rails here. We're doing a Commodore 64 video. Yeah, we're going over the menu here. Is there a place where we can swap map models? Commodore 64 stream, yes. Oh man. Getting started, the keyboard, back to manual, blah blah blah. Setting up the multifunction switch. This is where the information was about how this thing works. Okay. Configuring the Commodore 64U, page 6. Okay. The first pages are Roman notation, numbered. And we get, I think there are all kinds of warnings and, I don't know, in all kinds of languages. You know, those typical technical how to deal with your Commodore 64 or whatever kind of things. And I don't know. No need to go over it. Now we're getting to the actual numbering. 4, 5, 6. Configuring the C64U. Going to the menu. Doing some things. Checking. Channel the gov. Huh? You misspelled something there, maybe? I really want to swap models. SID models. How do we do this? Built-in speaker, RAM expansion, troubleshooting, joystick swap. Did I miss it? PAL versus NTSC. When the original 64 was released, different countries, blah blah blah. I do want to look into this one. Maybe also because of Timo's Castle not working just now. Eh? If you have an older digital display, this only goes into the display. But you can technically boot up your Commodore with holding Commodore N and Commodore P. Commodore P for PAL. The default is going to be PAL, right? To switch C64U video mode settings and save it for further sessions, open the C64U. Of course, video setup. Come on, Jeffrey. I've seen it even. Oh, yeah, we were here. System mode, PAL. Didn't I see this before? Yeah, we were here at the start. Stupid. So we can also do PAL 60, interesting, and NTC 50. But I'm going to say it was in PAL. It's 50 Hz is what we want. And Timo's Castle should technically play on this. I can still put it on NTSC and put Timo's Castle in. I think I'm diverting from the whole SID journey. Let's leave it at that. Wisdom of War didn't sound perfect. I think with fiddling around we're not going to get 100% with Visitor 4. Visitor 4 is a weird beast with how it sounds. I've seen that before. Even emulation had trouble with it earlier on in the emulation days. Back in the day when emulation a bit started with the C64 and everything, right? In DOS still. Really had a hard time with Visitor 4. Anyway, flicking on NTSC for a bit, see what happens. You never know. I don't think Timus Castle is supported in NTSC. I just don't know for sure. Okay, going out of it. Ah, yeah. We're now in NTSC mode. Holding the thing for 4 seconds, yes. And putting it back on. Where's the word? NTSC works it? Does it work or doesn't it work? It works. The music's on a higher pitch now. That's how it's supposed to be. Where's the word plays fine. This doesn't sound fine, it's the same shit. Holding it down for 4 seconds. Do you think that's the reason the card didn't load? I don't know. I'm still thinking it's a PAL card. And the machine was configured in PAL. So, but let's try. See what happens on NTSC. Now, we've seen the card is, for those new joining later. Timus Castle is... can you tell? This one is thicker. Slightly thicker card. And it fits in my bread bin. But in this machine, I feel I'm flexing the plastic ever so slightly of the machine here. The top bit gets pushed up a little. It does slide into the slot. It's now fitted into the slot. I know for certain. I didn't do any weird click, click, click that I'm scared of bending any pins. Let's boot up the machine. In NTSC mode. And last time we got a black screen. Forgot this one again. Do you think the display setting? Don't know what you mean, John Williams. But yeah, Timus Castle is just not working. It's the 1% fail. Probably doesn't have anything to do with the cartridge being slightly thicker and pushing on the plastic. And now maybe the machine is also pushing down the cartridge, maybe a little bit weird. But sliding into the slot, and the slot is so, how to say, connecting with the card and everything. I don't think it's the machine pushing down the card making the difference here. It's not the NTSC PAL thing. I'm just going to say Timus Castle doesn't play. Boo! Boo! Very sad. Favorite game from the Jeffrey in the last year that we did the retro channel. Really enjoyed playing this one. Yeah, this was the 2025, January 2025 thing that I did. Finished it. Beat the developers challenge with it as well. Loved it. So we'll explore this thing then. The cassette. That's actually in USB. Where does it go? Should be a USB port on this device, right? Oh yeah, there we go. 2 of them. Bam. Ooh. Keyboard is in the way. Let's boot up the machine. Dun, 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 dun. The red light comes up in the USB stick. You guys can't see. Can I hold it up? The red light was flickering at the start as if it was loading something. Or looking for something. Like indexing the thing or something. Interesting. Maybe it does produce a drive light when we start using it. Like flickering when we're loading something. I'll take note of that. So how do we get to the stuff on that cassette? Now the zoom. Commodore key F1. Commodore key restore, yes. Do we go to the disk file browser and do we go somewhere here? USB disk, ready, enter. This feels much like my cartridge that I used on my Commodore 64, the Ultimate cartridge, right? different interface, well, slightly different color, but I think the how it controls right now will be the same. That's my expectation. Probably pressing right to go in is supported, yeah, and then pressing left is going out again. And I can use the stick as well. Pressing the button doesn't do anything. Pressing right, oh, you can't use the stick because it's in port 1. What happens if I do it in port 2? Right to go in, yeah. Left to go out. Button, you get the menu. Similar thing with the cartridge, yes. I was working on a coffee, guys. Wait a sec. What is the time? I have 30 minutes left to me. Then I need to go out in the rain and pick up my daughter from school. The son is also in school. We walked there this morning through the rain. Him on his bike that he doesn't have pedals on. It's a loopfiets, walking bike translates to. Without pedals. And he's just like swinging his feet and then rolling. And I sort of have to jog every now and then to stay behind him. But my neighbors also have a kid in the same class as him. I saw the neighbor, the lady. I was like, can my son go with you home? It's nice for him. And then also, I don't have to walk. I can take the bike. Because my daughter took the bike this morning. First time she went alone, 8 years old. And I sent her alone. Go that route, stay safe. She had to cross one road. It's really not busy, you know, not a lot of cars. Just one road she had to cross, so take extra care. Yeah, I will do. It was the first time letting her go like that. Oh, horrible to do that as a dad. Anyway, we are on the cassette, the USB cassette. And there are games here to play. We have the machine in NTC still. That's not good. Shall we fix that first? Let's go back. Oops, went back one thing too far. Commodore key restore. Video settings, NTSC, back to PAL. Yes. Takes a moment. Lock on again. Save the flash, yes. Disk file browser, USB disk, enter. Games, enter. PAL. Asset runner, balls like a frog, frets, in trouble, I don't know these things. Into Hinterland World, Lili Relay, Lions of the Universe, Metal Warrior 4, sounds like it's from a franchise that we know. Wave the Exploding Fist. Oh yeah, yes. A classic for the Jeffrey. It's all automatically loading, don't have to type shit. 8,1. I have a fast load cartridge. It also starts with a black screen on the Commodore 64U. Oh, that sucks. I have the final cartridge 3 here, which I use on my Mega 65 every now and then. It works on the Mega 65. Now I do think I've seen a video someone talking about the final cartridge 3 plus or enhanced or 3.5 or something like that, because this thing is still being worked on by someone or some people's. Have a GitHub repository somewhere, yes, where you can download like new CRT files with new images. You know, this is the first time I heard that. I kid you not. My crack back in the day didn't have it, I think. I didn't have this thing as a kid originally. Someone's still working on this, blah blah blah, and I think they put it in the C64U as a CRT image though. I'm going to say they didn't put it on an Easy Flash or something. For them it came up fine as a CRT image. So I'll have to see if this works as well. We can test it maybe still on stream, depending on how long I will play. The Way of the Exploding Fist. That digitized sample came out freaking loud. Almost killed the Jeffrey by giving me a heart attack or something. You're statistically significant finding that. I don't know what that comment was about. Sorry, John. And you remember this game. Awesome. It's a classic. I own International Karate. I think this one came first, then International Karate, and then International Karate Plus is the go-to over Fist Plus. They both did the same thing with the 3 guys on screen, right? International Karate Plus is just the best version of all of them, like where it all comes together, I guess, in the best way possible. But I like all these games. I like the way of the Exploding Fist, also the second one with the adventure mode and everything, and the Plus ones. This screen looks corrupted. Yeah, I'm going to say they tested this and it will be fine. Perhaps this was the way it was with the original. I'm going to say this is like original loading speeds, and this game might not have included the fast loader. Probably. And then probably this will benefit from running it with something like the final cartridge. Then if it uses the original Commodore 64 loading mechanisms, the final cartridge will kick in and it will pick up and speed it up for you. Other fast loaders, same thing, I'm going to say. Probably someone is now like, why don't you have Jiffy DOS? Which you can probably also use in this device, right? But quite funny that the way of the Exploding Fist comes in an era where there is like also G.I. Joe, for example. I think that is roughly same year, if I'm not messing up. And that is from Epix, the guy from Jumpman and World Games, Winter Games, and that kind of stuff. And with the G.I. Joe they had the fast loader. It's the G.I. Joe fast loader in my brain as well. It's part of the game. Then usually fast loading from a cartridge is disabled and the game takes over. It does its own thing. This one sounds great. Sounds awesome. Yeah, it was corrupted during loading, but came up fine. Enjoying the music for a bit. I think F1 is play one game. Novice. I'm the white guy for those wondering. We should also have... And this one doesn't do it. I know there are versions of the game. And one that actually starts with... But it could also be a setting on the function keys. Or does the first game doesn't have it? Different music because I enabled 2-player mode. Still no. The original game does have it, on some versions at least. You know what I mean, right? If I do this, and if you hit them, it's like, Pah! That makes it awesome. This feels off to me. Could it be that the hack added that bit? Did the original not have it? There are sound effects, can't remember how to cycle through them. Yeah, I know the same thing. So that's why I was pressing the function keys earlier. Thinking F7 or something would enable it. But no. Space? Restore. Oh, restore does this. Oh, that is nice. Crashes the game, I guess, sort of. Okay, that's weird. Why did they not fix the restore key to not do anything? Sometimes restore does weird shit. And sometimes they support the restore key to be like a reset button, like on the Atari. And here the restore key acts like making the beach go from yellow to white. All of a sudden we have snow. We don't have the sounds. But I know for certain I have downloaded versions before without and downloaded versions that started with the sound effects, yes. Can it be enabled? I don't know. Because then it would simply be the version started with the sound effects enabled, but then you could probably also still disable it, I've got to say, if that's a thing. We just don't know how to do it, maybe. Or it's really a version difference. Okay, I don't like that. I want and I don't know how to do it right now. 27 more minutes. Want to see final cartridge if it works with all this? Holding down the machine, the button for 4 seconds. Kinda hate 4 seconds waiting to flick down the machine. It should be instant. hope they add, if it isn't there, I couldn't find it, but if there, ability to configure what your power button does, your power up button, and how it should behave. If you can configure that, awesome. Final cartridge went in really easy, unlike Timo's Castle. Booting up the machine. Dun, 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 dun. Red light comes on, which is a good indicator. That means the final cartridge is active. I can probably go into the menu now. Push this button. Yeah. So that works. Funny enough, I'm missing a menu. Wait a sec. Something's off. When it booted up, I should have gone straight into a blue screen of the final cartridge. Wait. Mega key. Restore. Mega 65, it was also a bit dicey to get there. Let's try to... While the red light is on now, because it now is feeding the cartridge, now it knows it's on. If it now reboot, while the cartridge is already on, maybe it goes there. No, it doesn't go there. Hitting both buttons is a reset. I can't get full access to my final cartridge 3 here. Funny. And now the left button is not even working. But the reset is. It's not working 100%, final cartridge 3. I can't get even in that black menu anymore. Because now no fast loading is enabled, I know for certain. We need to go to a different kind of basic screen where the border is gone. That's how the final cartridge 3 did it, and that you know you were in the right mode. Can I... let's power down one more time. I'm just going to hold the button here. It says here how to freeze and how to reset, yeah. Let's see if I can get back in that freeze menu. Let's boot up the machine. The light comes on immediately. So it should technically work better than it does. Pressing the freeze menu. Freeze menu is coming up now. Okay. Lock-on signal problem. You guys as well. Del key should cycle. Oh, sorry, sensible one. I should have used the delete key to cycle between sound and music. But there was also a version that did both, right? Whatever. Okay, thank you. Noted. I will test that later. Maybe still on the stream, but we're running out of time. Testing the final cartridge now. If I do this one, is that what the blue one? No. Can I go back in the freezer? Exit. Monitor, desktop. Desktop maybe? Yeah, the desktop. Okay, this is the screen I was looking for. And if we go here to basic, we have the fast loader enable thing. Okay, cool. So, Commodore key, restore. Going back to the file browser, to the USB disk. We can also do this with stick. I'm doing it with the keys now. I'm fine with that. Games, Paul. Well, yeah. I could technically try your Dell cycle thing, and we can also try the fast loading, see if it is faster now we're using the final cartridge 3. It's a good test, actually. So let's get back into the way of the exploding fist. Instead of now pressing right and doing like a sort of auto load thing, we're doing return and say mount the disk. This mounts the disk. It actually does a mount sound. What? Okay, my original I lost Gideon's work here in my mind. I have the cartridge as well, right? The U, the C64U cartridge. It also makes disk drive sounds. The version that I have doesn't make a mount sound though, like inserting a floppy drive. So I was surprised with that. It actually makes my hair stand up a little bit for some reason, because it was unexpected. Did like it though. Okay, funny. So the disk is mounted on the virtual drive. The thing is configured to read from the virtual drive. F7, I believe, is loading the directory. Using the final cartridge capabilities. We see exploding fist and all the files on the disk. Nice. F5 should load the first file on disk. Using the fast loader, but it's a really fast thing. Probably could have done a 8,1 to see if that works. Funny how the one block thing actually operates as a loader. Oh, whatever. Lots of loading happening. Nothing on screen. There's the loud scream again. Nice. It makes the screen black right now. I think that is an indication of The fast loading happening. Oh, here's the corruption thing again. But screen blacks out again. So I do think fast loading happening now. And we should very soon already get into the game. There he is, Jiffy Doors. Speed of drives. Well, this was through the Final Cards 3. Does its own thing. Works too. I predict the Jiffy Doors comment. Hey, scroll back in the stream later. I've said it already, like, Jiffy Doors, man. I just like doing it with the Final Cards 3. That's always how I operate the machine. And it works. The fast loading works, we saw that. We saw it blanking the screen and it came up way faster. Hey, well, okay, that's fine here. Okay, delete key, should cycle, question mark, sensible one said. Pressing the delete key now. Didn't do things, that doesn't matter. F1. Nothing yet. Delete key. Nothing. Classic. Don't press restore. I've touched all the buttons. Let's try space one more time. F7, F5, F5 resets. F5 is a reset. F3 is 2-player, I think. F3 is nothing. Oh, we're technically already playing. Wait, F5, demo. F3, 2-player. Cycle between 1 or 2-player. 2-player gives a different music, you know that. F5 demo. F7 doesn't change anything on screen either. Okay. It's now on 1-player again. F1. Holding the shift key. By the way, it's really hard to make shift out when looking at the device like this. And then with the LEDs enabled and the gold shining. It's an angle thing. This shift key reads fine for the Jeffrey. This shift key is hard to read and return is hard to read. Funny, just noticed that. Then I really have to hover over and be like, oh, that's what it says. And even then, tough to make out sometimes. Interesting. Distracted again. F1. Shift. F1 for F2. Shift F3 for F4. Okay, enabled all those one time as well. Still nothing. I think this version just lacks the sound effects, and I've seen this before. That's what I think. So much for Lemon 64 manuals. It's really version dependent. Sometimes these games had it. They had like a couple of revisions. So probably a later revision added the sound effects. Maybe International Karate came out and they were like, hey, samples, we want it as well. We already did the digitized thing at the start. Now we need to do also... Basically International Karate and Fist sound the same. It's almost like they shared the same thing. C64 Wiki says Del toggle screams. So presumably it did in some version. Yeah, but it's possible. I didn't try shift delete, but that is technically insert. And I'm going to say it's not going to be something with shift. Pressing the button one more time. Holding up. Pressing del. No cycle. Of nothing. Home. Shift insert. Shift clear. No. I'm sorry, man. They included the wrong version. Oh. Hey, cool. Final Cards is in. That works. Time for another game. Yes. Let's see how we can sort of navigate it from while being in this game. So Commodore key restore. We stay in the menu. It was also the cartridge version of this thing. It's Metal Warrior 4 kind of calling me. Why don't I know these games? NTC Ample. Oh, here's a whole list. Bare Essentials! Guys, that is tune, 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 tune. Let's boot up the machine. Tune, tune, tune. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, top version. You can also explore the top version with all this loading stuff, right? Mount the disc. Okay. Proper reset. We can use the Final Cards to reset now. There we go. Can we get back into the freezer? Oh yeah. Go to the desktop version. Don't know how to navigate that, but with the joystick it works fine. Go to this basic. Looking at the disc, I have the D81 version, which includes more stuff on the disc, I believe. It also included a little mini game called Bonky Kong, which is good fun. This one even doesn't show the blocks. It's one of those sneaky disk images where the image is sort of altered to not display what is actually on there. Pressing F5, which will work fine with the Final Cartridge 3. F1 is list, F3 is run. X Division. You get a blank. Final Cartridge 3 is loading. I can't assume that picture just stayed like that. It was just a loading pic. So technically they should load up really fast. It's already done with loading. No, it loads an additional file. Okay. There we go. We're in the game. Let's boot up the machine. My timing was off. There it is. That's the song we've been using. Yeah. He's also going to dance on it. Wait for it. The bear is going to dance. Oh yeah. Moves. Mr. Graham opened the borders here. Yeah. It's almost like a little demo. Although nothing is animating, so not hard to do. Timing is good. If I do this on the Mega 65, it's probably off. This game does play on Mega 65. It's native C65 mode, and you can buy it from, what's the site called again? The German site. Polyplay. I think they still have it on stock. I think, maybe. I actually don't know. It's been a while. It's probably already a year that I visited Polyplay. Oh. But they were selling also the D81 image, the actual D81, not the floppy, but the discrete, you know, the sturdy one, not the one that you do floppy in your face. Don't have a password. That you can install your Mega 65. Then you still have the Go 64, but it runs. It's kind of cool. And I like this game. We'll have to make the sound effects ourselves. Hua, hua. Yeah. with the thing. Okay. Wife is like, go get apples, and there's an apple behind her. Never know. I still don't know how to get that apple. There's a way, most likely. I think spaces map. Yeah, we have a little map going on there. It's a bit hard to see right now because we only have 2 screens on there. The kids are like, yay, apples! I'm going to the forest. It's a bit of a free roam in a way, in a sense. You can navigate the game in multiple ways. Basically, it's button for jump, which is nice. You can control mid-air. This is very modern. There's groovy music, very creatures inspired. The music is creatures inspired. The graphics are also a tiny bit creatures inspired, which will also, there's an extra live pickup that will give it away. And I think there are more things that took inspiration from, but well, we'll get to it maybe, perhaps, depending on how much time I have left. Very, very simple, fun game, and I say simple, it's getting tough as nails when you progress to a certain point in the game. So as you can see, we have like 4 exits in this level, right? So I don't know if I can navigate like this now. But every exit leads to a different stage, so you can go back, basically, where you came from. To check the other areas that you missed. There's quite some ways to go, and then you try to 100% it, pick up all the apples everywhere. And then between zones, that's loud music. Between the zones, there's like a little checkpoint. So if you go game over, you can use a continue. You don't have endless continues, I think. I know for sure. But it will load up, yeah, the checkpoint as it was, how your game was when you... Oh, creatures, top right. There he is. That's the creatures guy, right? On the checkpoint it will load up as it was when you entered that screen for the first time, I believe. And on the checkpoint is also like progress. How much did you clear from the stage that you came from? And the other stages even, I believe. Maybe we can see that, maybe we don't. Because I'm running out of time. We're just playing this for a bit. Looking at the... At Ryan's comment. Good morning, Ryan. Just out of bed, man. And a 4:3 aspect ratio. Yes, man. Yes. Actually 4:5, I think. That's probably what it is displaying as. That's also why I sort of had to redefine my screen a little bit over the chromatic display. Or maybe you're right, maybe it's 4:3. I don't know. Still in it, still in bed. Nice, man. Enjoy. Sounds like a good life. I mean, oh man, I can't play this game anymore. I was out of bed, I think somewhere 6 a.m.-ish or something. 7:30 I was out in the rain, bringing the kids to school by foot. My cargo bike is in the shop for repairs. And in 10 minutes I need to go out again in the freaking rain. Pick up at least one of the kids. I can't play this anymore. Why is this stage so hard? What happened? Up! There we go. Up. Insane. Yeah, being out in the rain that early is insane, Rainer. Yes. Ryan's friend of the channel is a member of the channel even. Let me promote the channel for a little bit, guys. If you want to become a member of the channel, you can. Yeah, you can support Jeffrey by buying Jeffrey an instant coffee or becoming a member of the Level Up with the Jeffrey tier, so to say. You're leveling up with me. That's all the all the support I can ask for right now. That's all I ever need, even. Eh? Although we're still on our journey for subscribers, get it to 1,000, so that YouTube also is going to do ads and stuff like that. Oof. I want that shit enabled after 8 years of YouTube, eh? At some point. Finally. And I can only do that with the help of you guys. Eh? But it would be awesome to finally grow a channel beyond 1,000 subscribers and actually have monetization enabled. Oh, that failed on the 2 Brothers channel. So sad about that. It's a little experiment, it's a little hobby project still. It will always be, of course. Good music on this one, it definitely is. I really enjoy. I think the lady that did this is called... I was going to say Vanessa, but that's not right. I forgot her name. This is a lady, I know that much. Probably with some Scandinavian name. As the last name at least. It's really close. Me and names, it's horrible, I know. So bad. I'm using her song for my channel for God's sake, and I forgot the lady's name. Oh, so stupid. She also does the game development. There is a game of hers, at least a prototype of something, also a platformer. And this one, it was the Graham that we read earlier on the title screen that did the game. Okay, missed an apple, killed myself there. End of the game! Wife is mad at me for not getting enough apples. Vanya! Yeah! Daar! And then indeed Canadian. Udni? How do we pronounce that? Björnen! Hi man! Also a member of the channel. Good to see you, man, on the stream. Nice! Testing this thing, eh? Yeah, Vanya. Sorry, Vanya, if you're watching. We sort of stole your tune for the channel. No, it just happened like that. I was just having fun. My rating is Care Bear, but we kind of need to keep it now. It's in the channel DNA now. Very much respect to Vanya for creating the awesome tunes on this game. And I hope she doesn't mind. I never reached out to her, to be honest. Like, can I actually do this? Yeah, it was just going with the flow, you know. It just happened. So yeah, that happened, I guess. Yeah, Should we make her aware of this? It would probably be nice of me to reach out at least. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, just notify myself here, Jeffrey. Please contact the Vanya about using her tune in your channel. And then she's like, no, you can't do that. Fuck. And now what? Do I go back to all my videos and be like let's boot up the machine, and then mute it all out? You can do that in YouTube, of course. Like every time that happens, when the music is playing, nothing, all the sound gone. Look at all my videos, for fuck's sake. Good to see you too. Thanks, man. Yeah, 6 minutes left from the stream, guys. I don't know what anyone wants to still wants to see something on the machine. Browse a little bit in the meantime, maybe. Commodore key restore. What else do we have here? I also have to plan my next video. Yoomp is on there. Timo's Castle. The cartridges we couldn't get to work. For fuck's sake. I could have played this thing. I'm now using the built-in loading mechanics of the card. I have a feeling it's now bypassing my Final Cartridge 3. Which may be not nice. Run stop to break. Can we still get directory access? Because I killed the... Okay, that works. Nice. Tim's Castle, 51 blocks and then 148 blocks. Yeah, with traditional loading that's going to take a while. So I'm using my Final Cartridge now. If it allows me to. No. It's like Gideon's cartridge is now sort of wedged in between, I'm going to say. That's why I sometimes can't access the freezer like that. If I use the reset... The reset does work for some reason, but I can't get back into the Final Cartridge now. Funny how that works. So we have to sort of power cycle the machine to do that. F1, power and reset, reboot C64. I'm getting better at it. Now it actually went straight into what I believe should normally happen with the Final Cartridge 3. But it happened on a reset, not on a reboot. Okay, funny. So, usually this is the first screen I see when I booted up my Commodore 64 with the Final Cartridge 3 in. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not remembering it wrong. Hey, that works. Cool. What happens if I do directory listing now? It still remembers that we had Timus Castle in. Nice. F5 to load the first file on disk with the fast loader. Blanks the screen. Nice. I said nice a lot, I think. Hi. I'm starting getting to the flow of things, huh? Starting to use the machine properly now, I guess. Also nice music. It's by Nordish Sound. He's active right now with the later games. Every now and then picking up a project. And this game doesn't thrive on long, nice tunes. This game thrives on little tunes added in the Henry's house way. Which is awesome in itself. I like that. And you don't have a tune constantly banging in your head, but you have a nice mixture of things going on, depending on what is happening on the screen. It's really cool. If you know Henry's house, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, that's also fine. You will hear it in a bit. As I run out of time, 3 minutes left. Oh man, good to be back in this game. Favorite game of 2025 for the Jeffrey. Although technically this one launched end of 2024, I believe. This music is it's what it is supposed to be. It's the instrumentation, of course. It has to be like this. It's in your face. I had to lower my volume. Let's quickly start up. So we can hear something still going on. It's nice, yeah. It's funny. That bit was funny. But here, this is what I mean. That's all you hear. Pick up some things. Maybe if you pick up the glasses, you hear something. No. That one enabled glasses on the T mode. That ham that made the dog appear. By the way, if you have the sunglasses, now the whole game you keep it, but it is off in the next level, I think. But you can put it on and off with space. These are Easter eggs I'm showing now. Rocky Balboa. With the glove, punching the dog out, so we can enter that house again. Oh yeah, kill the sun. I did it. Oh, that was a sort of. I was like, I was about here. I pick up that thing, because then the cloud spits a lightning bolt, and you have to do it above the sun. You get 1,000 extra points. So much happened there. You have to rewind the video if you don't know this game. Here's fall damage if you fall from too much height. But this is all fine. I do need to pick up the flower, yeah. Nice little tunes. Here, fall damage. Let's say, I killed myself falling from too much of a height. Picking up the last things here. Fuck! I can't play Team's Castle anymore. Nice. Hop, hop. Pick up the key. Exit through the telephone booth, I believe. In this case. Normally it's a door. Lovely game. Really well made. In Spirit of Henry's House, which is a game I played to death as a kid. Nice. My alarm is running, guys. It means it's 12 o'clock at the Jeffries. That means my kids come out of school in 50 minutes. One is driving with the neighbor. The other one is on the bike. So Jeffrey is going to grab his bike now. And I said I don't have my cargo bike. Normally I move the kids by cargo bike. The little guy can't ride his own bike yet. The big girl, the 8-year-old girl, she can ride her own bike. So I put her on a bike this morning and I let her go by herself, which was very scary to do as a dad. An 8-year-old on a bike in traffic. But I let her go. It has to happen at some point. But now I'll go collect her on my bike, on my non-cargo bike, which is not electric powered. My cargo bike is electric powered. The other one isn't, so I have to bike now in the rain. Hey, rain stopped! Yes! Happy! So we end stream here. Let's see what's in chat still. C64 was a pretty awesome machine. It sure was. Is that the bloke with the big basket in the front? Sorry, missed. Out of context, I can't process. Sorry, John. Should have read chat while this was going on, I guess. Yeah? Oh well, all good fun. Hey, that was it, guys. This was my first experience with the machine, I guess. It was a bit rocky, I have to say. At the start, I didn't like how the menus worked and the power button and everything. But it's also just a way of just using the machine and getting into it, and at some point you don't know better. Still, holding the machine 4 seconds down, like this, to power it off, that is not nice. You can see the light going off. Yeah, everything goes off. So now it's powered down. 4 second wait. I don't like that. I hope we can configure that. If not, I hope that configuration option is added later. They can still update this machine. They can update the SID capabilities. We tested that with the Wizard of War. It's not the best, I know. Yeah, that's usually a thing with Wizard of War. Yeah. That the game is a bit weird in its own right. But I hope they improve the SID chip naturally with the FPGA. They can improve that, I'm quite sure. I will look into options to install my own SIDs. I know my brother Nick has a couple. When he picks up the machine, I will tell him to bring over a couple of SIDs and let him install it. He can do that without breaking the machine. I would break my machine. So ask him to do that. Maybe I'll have the video. I will video it with my phone. He will not like that. He doesn't want to be on camera, but then I'll not video him. I'll video his hands and do a Jan Bita old style video. Nowadays Jan Bita is always on camera, right? Back in the day he showed only his hands, just like Robin from AP Show and Tell. Yeah. Funny with these guys. Huh? Great stream, Jeffrey. Thank you, John. What's a cargo bike? Picture a bike, but then on 3 wheels. 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back. The 2 wheels on the front are sort of like wide, and then there is like a wooden box, so to say. And we can put like 4 kids in there. If their legs are not too long, they're like 4 years old, all of them, then we can still have some space for a bag or two. A dog, maybe. It's like a big sized thing, so I can transfer goodies and kids. That's my cargo bike. The wife has the car, and we only have 1 car. Yeah, and she takes it to Den Haag, which is not close. It's like a 30-40 minute commute. So the Jeffrey has to take care of the kids, and he does it by cargo bike. Yeah. Hey, get that out of the way as well. Really have to go now, guys. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Cheers.